And spawning in the top right, the Red Terran with a quite pun-proof name, Bolt.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh.
Well, I mean, when he stims, could you say he's bolting for it?
Bolting?
Bolt.
Oh, bolting.
You can, yeah.
Okay, I suppose maybe if you, yeah.
Stretch it a little.
It kind of sounds like a conjunction of pole vault, but yeah.
Oh, so that would be what a Reaper does.
Well, that's not a real word, but irregardless isn't either, and that doesn't seem to stop most people.
Ah. So it's going to be a hatch first out of Hydra into gas. So not too greedy, but not the safe opening, as it were. For Polt, it's just going to be a standard Reaper expand. Yeah? You need a supply depot for your Reaper expand? I guess you could do it that way. It is safer that way. Oh, that's because he went for his orbital. I see. Never mind. And it's like... Is this... Double Reaper, yeah, okay. That's the other reason. But yeah, it's gonna be a Reaper expand with this different variant than... This is the double Reaper version as opposed to a single Reaper version. I don't play Terran, so that's why that happens. It's funny, we cast a TVZ and neither of us play Terran. Now granted, it is probably the most common matchup to see, because everyone loves it. But I can think of a lot of famous TVZ games. Well, I mean, you have Stefano versus MVP, you have Scarlet versus Bomber, Scarlet versus Polt, isn't there a... Oh, Life versus MMA. Starting to get the idea. Anyways, what can you tell us about Polt?
Captain America himself, very prominent Korean, based in the America area, has a visa so he was unaffected by the region lock, noted as one of the greatest Terrans in the world, extremely accomplished player, famous rivalry with Bomber.
Ah yes, the Polt versus Bomber rivalry is fun to follow. Anything else?
And he's one of those people that, like, their page on Wikipedia could probably be a novel, so...
Yeah. So Polt is gonna start moving out. He's mostly just taking map control, but he could consolidate his forces and try and snipe a queen or something like that. But I think there's enough energy on these. Well, no, there isn't enough energy yet, but there will be soon for a transfuse. He's actually going to drop. Polt is not the type of person to try and queen snipe, though. It's not really his style. There are lings here already, so he's still okay. Interesting. I guess he wanted that to pull them out of position so he could get these Hellbats over here. But there are enough lings, I want to say. With the queen support, it's cleaned up. So Polt really didn't get done what he meant to get done. He didn't lose too much though. They're even on supply. Hydra has creep at both possible thirds. This medevac might die. Okay, it gets out barely. The Polt Viking clears this out. Still can't land because there is creep and a changeling standing under it. Interesting wall of supply depots. I suppose it works. Nothing wrong with it. It just looks funny. That sounds like one of those, like, you look funny. Anyways, the third does land. No, there's still a changeling. I'm like, the creep is gone now. Oh wait, changeling. So now it lands. Centrifugal hooks is just about complete. And are we gonna see banelings? You have your links here. Maybe it'll banelings. Boom! Explosions. Anyways, this Viking is scaring these drones, but the muters are there. Oh, is this the one where he, like, I don't... Or was that a... No, I think that was a different game. Okay. Anyways, now that Hydra has secured his fourth, he should feel very comfortable. Because, basically, at this point, with these maps, the fourth is about as protected as the third. Whereas, in most TVZs, the fourth is slightly exposed. So, like, if Hydra needs to defend any location, he should be able to. The creep should give him enough forewarning, regardless of which base Polt wants to go for, or which bases Polt wants to go for. Instead, Polt is actually going to be aggressive and force his opponent back, just because he had complete map control and was able to see Polt moving out. So he was able to take a favorable engagement at first, and he just kept pushing. So now he's about 20 supply up. Most of that is in workers. Actually, all of that is in workers. But that's still good for him, of course, as that means he'll be able to rebuild his army faster. And, more banelings, more wings. Mutalis's flock is what are we at? 16 mutas? 40 banelings, oh gosh. Okay then. Thor is out.
The changeling died.
Okay. Pold has some army advantage now, so he's going to start clearing some creep, or trying to. Also trying to get changelings out of his army. No spies allowed, apparently. And Aiur will be able to clean this up because the fight was taken on creep. These medevacs are going to, yeah, they drop their cargo, and everything dies. It's all dead. The Zerg have infested Overgrowth, apparently. Wow, Overgrowth is a slightly Zerg-favored map. What a ironic name choice for a Zerg-ish map. Now, Overgrowth is still pretty balanced, but it does slightly favor Zerg in every matchup. Well, I'm not sure if it would still present day, because we don't have Swarm hosts the same way we used to, so it might... Technically now, with a patch, it might be easier for Protoss. I'm not sure. I'd still cannon rush. Oops, crap. I double-clicked instead of... No.
What happened?
I double-clicked instead of invited. Let's see if canceling works. There we go. There we go. Now everyone's happy. Okay, so here we have a TVZ on Inferno Pools. Let's see, anything else I want to mention about this? Another Zerg favored map. Well, it kind of depends on spawning locations. In these locations, this is relatively balanced, I'd say. I still give a slight edge to the Zerg in the early game, but overall I'd say it's pretty balanced. Anyways, if you'll introduce our players.
Alright, spawning to the bottom left, the blue Zerg, Hydra. And spawning in the bottom right, the red Terran, seeking a comeback